Effective treatment plan is the key to having exceptional customer service and proper documentation. The therapist is trying to facilitate a treatment plan that is conducive and productive for the client. To develop steps for the individual to obtain a goal. Address short term goals to eventually address long term goals, which takes into consideration the time length that is productive, meaning within a 90-day time period. During this treatment plan, several action plans are put together to accomplish a treatment plan. Treatment plans should be delivered in an organized fashion, meaning that the details of the treatment plan should be fully disclosed to the client, and the client should be helping within helping to develop this plan. They should be fully participating in the development of the plan. Treatment plan is a great idea to have the client have this treatment plan written down somewhere and date and sign it so that you guys can go back and refer back to the initial treatment plan, and it's to ensure that the client is progressing properly and the program is progressing and you both are working for the same goal. Um, a lot of times clients of the elderly community are transitioning into different facets of their lives due to changes in health or crisis. And so it's imperative that we are comforting and helpful in this transition. Elderly sometimes have family changes or friends and family pass away, such as a spouse, retirement, no longer working, illness, and health issues, and therefore these changes in housing, medical care, and such other needs occur. Consider the counselor should consider the cultural and social and family context in considering how to handle such situation. With a treatment plan, most of the time, for a short-term treatment plan, as if a client is homeless and or elderly client is homeless, effective short-term treatment plan would be to have the client um, obtain housing. And one thing you want to specify is what is the problem, and the problem is that the client is homeless and needs to obtain housing. And then it goes further to have an objective, action, and contact uh, who is going to be responsible for the plan, responsible parties, and um, also the target date and the criteria. For this short-term plan, basically, I think is for the client, the elderly client, to obtain stable housing. Um, a good way for the action plan or an action would be contacting Section 8 and speaking to the Director of Social Services, housing representative, check classify ads, and contact realty agencies so that they can obtain housing. Target date should be immediately. This is a short term goal, so it should be immediately. Responsible parties could be the patient, caseworker, social worker, or case aide. And criteria is they're self reporting to you that they were successful in completing this endeavor, and their lease agreement of their apartment or substantial housing that they acquired or whatever. Um, Key elements of a treatment plan is to identify an intervention, ID the order the patient the order the patient identify the problem to be addressed, and that's the main thing. Whether it be abusive family member, needs to not be handling finances and they need to be removed, or client is no longer safely able to maneuver around the household versus, getting to the bathroom or being able to reach cabinets or closing doors, or if they're just having issues with dementia, Alzheimer's, where they're wandering off and putting themselves at risk of safety issues. All these things need to be identified so that proper changes can be taken. Um, the client should state the problems and the goals, ID the long term and short term goals, and make sure that these goals are attainable within a specific time. 3 months, 6 months, 9 months, 12-month interviews. And discuss it mainly with the client so that you guys can make changes, modify, and update the plan to reflect changes in progress or changes in anything that has occurred that would make facilitating to the goal not accomplishable. Okay, everybody. I miss you all. I'll be back next week. Okay.